Hey y'all, today I'm making pork chops and rice. The first thing I'm about to do is wash my rice. I took a cup of rice and now I'm going to go rinse it a couple of times until it runs clean, and I'll be right back. Okay, we got our rice rinsed. We got it in the pan. Again, that was 1 cup of rice. We added 2 cups of water. I'm going to put this on the stove. I'm going to bring it up to a boil. I'm going to put a lid on it, and I'm going to turn it all the way down to low, and I'm going to let it simmer for 15 minutes. And then the rice should be good and done. Our rice started boiling. I turned it down to low, and I'm going to put the top on it. 15 minutes, and this will be done. Now let me get our pork chops out and get them seasoned. Now this is just regular bone-in pork chops. We're going to add some salt, some pepper, and some onion powder. We're going to flip them over. See if I can keep my fingers off my containers here and do the same thing. Pepper, onion powder. Now while my pan of grease heats up, and by grease I mean exactly 3 tablespoons, all I want to do is brown these on each side. But I'm going to grab a little bit of flour, put a little bit of flour on them first. I'll be right back. Okay, our rice is done. And to it, we're going to add about that much butter. So I'm going to say 2 tablespoons. We're going to add some salt. I'm going to say that's a quarter teaspoon of salt. And some black pepper. And that's just a pinch. And we're just going to mix this up. I took it off the heat, by the way. Took my fork and I fluffed it up. And now we're going to let that butter sit there and melt. Just want to get our salt and pepper mixed in. And then I'm going to put the lid back on this. And I'm going to let this sit here until I get our pork chops ready. Be right back. Okay, y'all. I'm going to flour my pork chops. Now I'm making this only for me, so this is why I'm only making 2. And my power keeps flicking on and off, so we'll see how far I get with this. The storm just kind of came out of nowhere. Now we don't need a ton of flour on this, so I'm just going to turn these over and dump off the excess. And then just coat the other side and whatever's left. Okay. Now let's see if I can get this done before my power goes off again. Okay. I think my grease is hot enough now. I'm going to turn it down immediately to medium. Now all I want to do is brown these. Pork chops are a lot bigger than I thought they were. I'm just going to brown these for probably, say, about 3 minutes per side. Yeah, just want them brown. They're going to do their cooking in the oven. In the meantime, let's get our rice ready. Now then, while our pork chops are browning, we're going to get our rice ready. I should move that. So I'm going to add a can of cream of chicken. Now you can use cream of mushroom, cream of celery, cream of whatever your heart desires. I like cream of chicken in this. It's just got a little bit more flavor than the cream of mushroom. And we're just going to mix this all into our rice. Don't let my rice sit here too long. It's sticking. That's all right. It'll come right back up. Now then, we're going to take this baked dish. This is an 8x8. Now, if you're going to make this for a lot of people, you definitely want a bigger baked dish than an 8x8. At least probably a 9x13. Ooh, y'all hear that thunder? Ooh. I'm not a fan of weather like this. I've seen some stuff. Okay. Now then, let's go see if one side of our pork chops is brown. Ooh, yeah. That looks so good. All right, we're just going to let the other side brown, and then we'll stick it on top of our rice and put it in the oven. You want your oven at 375, and we're going to cook this about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll see. Those pork chops are pretty thick, so it might take us the whole hour. Just want to show y'all how good our rice looks. I went back and added a little bit more pepper, but I really like the flavor that cream of chicken gives this dish specifically, since it's got pork chops with it, or even if it was chicken. But we used to have this all the time when I was a kid. My mother made pork chops and rice a lot. Okay, I think our pork chops might be finished. Let me go get them. Okay, pork chops are brown. Oh yeah, that looks good. You see that? Oh, hope they both fit in here. I thought for sure an 8x8 would be plenty big enough for just 2 pork chops. Ooh wee, that looks so good. All right, I'm gonna turn. All right, I got to figure out how to get these in here. Oh, I'm messing with my crunchy crust. Don't do that, Jan. Don't do that. Okay, now then. Pork chops on. You can see they're only brown. They're not cooked even remotely. Lid on. I'm going to go put these in the oven. And again, 350 to 375. I may end up turning it down to 350. My oven's kind of hot. But the hope is that this cooks in 45 minutes. Might take an hour, but we'll see. See you then. Okay, y'all. Woo! Feel that steam from here. Oh, it looks delicious. It smells so good in here. Now this is hot is putting it mildly. So I'm going to let this sit here for just a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll taste it. Here we go, y'all. And by the way, these pork chops are quite tender. You could also use boneless pork chops. I just think the bone-in pork chop tastes better. It just does. Smoking hot. So tender. It's my number one thing when it comes to meat, y'all. Gotta be tender. Now, some things you can cook it too long. Rice, salt, pepper, cream of chicken, and drippings from the pork chops. Ooh, hot. Classic meal. One I will love till my last breath. Y'all give this a try. These pork chops are so tender. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time.